What if the car you thought was a Toyota was actually a Mazda? What if your luxury SUV was secretly built by another company entirely? In the shadows of the auto industry, badge engineering has quietly shaped the vehicles we see on the road. And you probably never noticed. This isn't about inspiration or collaboration. It's about companies slapping new logos on existing cars and calling them their own. Welcome to the bizarre world of badge engineering. In the next few minutes, we'll uncover the secrets behind this clever marketing trick and show you some jaw-dropping examples that will change the way you see cars forever. In the auto world, there's a strange practice called badge engineering. And the irony is, it involves barely any engineering at all. It's when one company takes a car from another brand, swaps the logo, makes minor cosmetic tweaks, and sells it under their own name. There are two main ways it happens. 1. An automaker rebrands its own vehicle for sale in another market. 2. A company pays a different manufacturer to produce a car and just adds their badge. But this shortcut comes with consequences. The borrowing brand often sacrifices its own reputation, especially if the borrowed vehicle doesn't live up to expectations. Let's look at some of the most bizarre, controversial, or forgotten badge engineering cases in automotive history. Honda Crossroad, Land Rover Discovery. In the 90s, off-road SUVs were booming. Honda had none. Instead of building one, they rebadged the Land Rover Discovery and sold it as the Honda Crossroad in Japan and New Zealand. Sales were underwhelming. It was expensive, unreliable, and eventually killed off when BMW bought Land Rover. Meanwhile, Honda got its act together and built the CR-V, which became a massive success. Toyota Yaris, Mazda 2/Scion IA. In North America, Toyota needed a youth-focused subcompact, so they leaned on Mazda's newly launched Mazda 2, tweaking the design and rebadging it as the Scion IA. After Scion was discontinued in 2016, the same car became the Toyota Yaris. It wore 3 different badges depending on market: Scion in the US, Toyota in Canada, and Yaris in Mexico. It was the same car underneath, just with a new face. Aston Martin Signet, Toyota IQ. In 2010, new European regulations required Aston Martin to reduce its fleet emissions. Their answer: a rebadged Toyota IQ, sold as the Aston Martin Signet. It cost over $43,000, 3 times more than the IQ. It flopped hard. From the 2,000 units they expected to sell, only 786 ever found a home. Saab 9-2X, Subaru Impreza WRX. When GM owned both Saab and a big chunk of Subaru, it birthed one of the strangest badge-engineered cars ever, the Saab 9-2X. Underneath, it was a Subaru Impreza WRX, turbocharged, AWD, and rally-ready. But Saab tried to dress it up with European luxury. It was sold only in the US and died after just 10,000 units. Saab itself wouldn't last much longer. Dodge Stealth, Mitsubishi 3000 GT. In the early 90s, Mitsubishi unleashed the futuristic 3000 GT, and Chrysler decided it wanted in. So they rebadged it as the Dodge Stealth for the US market. Other than minor styling tweaks, they were the same car. Stealth didn't last. It was gone by 1996, while the 3000 GT soldiered on until 2000. Chevrolet Aveo Daewoo Kolos. Before its 2008 bankruptcy, GM milked Daewoo for all it was worth. One example, the Daewoo Kolos, which was rebadged as the Chevrolet Aveo, Pontiac G3, Suzuki Swift Plus, Holden Barina, and Ravon Nexia, depending on where you lived. The same car had at least 6 different names, and often wildly different reputations. Saturn Vue, Daewoo Windstorm Max. The compact SUV we knew as the Saturn Vue was also sold globally as the Chevrolet Captiva, Holden Captiva, Opel Antara, Vauxhall Antara, GMC Terrain, and even the Daewoo Windstorm Max. Same vehicle, built in Mexico, South Korea, and Russia. Just more evidence that GM was the undisputed king of badge engineering. JO Metro, Suzuki Cultus. The Suzuki Cultus may be one of the most rebadged cars in history. Its second generation was sold globally under at least 10 names, including the Geo Metro, Chevrolet Sprint, Pontiac Firefly, Subaru Giusti, Holden Barina, and more. It was even produced in 11 countries, including Pakistan, China, Canada, and Venezuela. It stayed in production somewhere until 2016. Chevrolet Spark, Daewoo Matiz. Another Daewoo classic turned global badge icon, the Matiz. It became the Chevrolet Spark, Pontiac Matiz, Chevrolet Joy, Chevrolet Exclusive, FSO Matiz, and more. At least 8 different brands sold this same car. In places like Russia, Taiwan, China, and Mexico, you might see the same car on the road with 3 different names. Isuzu Trooper. After GM bought a big stake in Isuzu, they turned the Trooper SUV into a multi-brand machine. It became the Chevrolet Trooper, Opel Monterey, Vauxhall Monterey, Holden Jackaroo, and even the Acura SLX. In Japan, Honda sold it as the Honda Horizon. Same rugged off-roader, just different names and trim. Here are a few more fascinating examples of badge engineering that didn't quite make the top list, but are worth mentioning. The Kia Elan, a rebadged version of the Lotus Elan. The Opel Speedster, which shared its DNA with the Lotus Elise and was also sold as the Vauxhall VX 220. The Suzuki Vitara, rebadged variously as the Chevrolet Tracker, Geo Tracker, and Mazda Proceed Levante. The Holden Monaro, which American audiences might recognize as the Pontiac GTO or the Chevrolet Lumina Coupe in other markets. Let's end with the badge engineering king, the GMT platform. In the wake of the 1970s oil crisis, GM needed a small car it could sell everywhere. So, it created a flexible design and used it globally. It became Holden Gemini, Australia, Opel Kadett, Germany, Isuzu Wartmark, Japan, Vauxhall Chevette, UK, Chevrolet Chevette, USA, Canada, Venezuela. Even brands you've never heard of, like Emisa, Grumet, and Condor, used this car. The T platform stayed alive until 2008, a 34-year run of non-stop badge swapping. Badge engineering isn't dead, it's just better hidden now. In today's global market, most automakers share parts, platforms, and even entire models. But the badge on the front might not tell you the full story. So tell us, have you ever driven one of these disguised twins? Drop your badge engineering story in the comments. And if this blew your mind, we've got more car industry secrets coming up. Click that next video and dive deeper. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with the biggest car fan you know. See you in the next video.